Right then, let's talk more Walking Dead. It's been about 2 weeks since my last video on the channel. That went by pretty damn fast. In that video, I spoke about Ezekiel and Michonne, that weird kiss they had in the trailer, Alpha and Carol, how I think Carol may kill Alpha, or at least I hope she kills Alpha, and just other stuff really. But in this video, I want to go over a bit more to do with the trailer, even though it was quite a while ago now and all discussions are already out there. There's just things I never really got to talk about because my PC was broke, so I wasn't able to do any discussions, any of that. And there's been quite a bit of news as well. Like after that, we've got this new character named Virgil, who's going to be appearing. I want to speak about him. I want to start with Negan and Aaron though, because we saw them in the trailer. Looks like they're going to be having a load of scenes together. I'm all for it. I mean, this is going to be something really interesting, because in the All-Out War, Eric died, right? Against the Saviors. That's going to be brought up 100%. But it's the way this happens. Like, Gabriel is like peanut butter meat jelly, because Negan doesn't want to farm anymore. He's getting a bit sick of it. He wants to go out there and fight and help. And we see Negan in the cell in a part of the trailer. So he must be let out. That must be like one of the first episodes of the season, with Daryl talking to Negan behind the bars, because, you know, he's out there farming now. So something must go down. And in the trailer, as you can see behind Negan, there's a pile of bodies. So I think something goes down, and maybe Negan has a helping hand there. Maybe he saves a few lives. I can see that happening, because this is something I've been thinking about ever since the trailer. Negan's redemption arc is far from over. I know he saved Judith. Like, for many fans, he's kind of cool now. Like, yeah, all right, let it pass. Go and watch 701. Yeah, that will change it. But a lot of these characters, they've still got this hatred for him, especially Daryl. That's something I don't think they're ever going to be friends. But Aaron is the start. I think he's the first person that may warm to Negan a bit and be like, being in that cell, he's kind of changed. Hell, maybe we will even have a scene between Aaron and Daryl eventually. I miss those scenes from season 5. So yeah, there's a pile of bodies behind Negan, and something goes down in Alexandria. He must help out. That's all I can think of. Unless Michonne is just like, all right, Negan, you can come out the cell now and start working. You've been in there long enough. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Judith talks to Michonne about him. That'll be interesting. Now, at one point in the trailer, we see Aaron, who looks injured, looks like he's about to be murdered, right, with a crowbar. I think it's a crowbar. And I'm thinking, yeah, a whisperer. Watching it again, and no, I changed my mind. After the second time I watched the trailer, I was like, yeah, that is Negan. Negan has just saved his life. We have a shot in the trailer as well where Negan's smiling, looks like he's got blood over his face and whatnot. And like I said, going back to Negan's redemption, I think that's the start of it, you know? That's probably where he'll save Aaron. I mean, I could be wrong, could be in different order. But I'm thinking he goes out with Aaron, they get into some trouble, he saves Aaron's life. I would like that. I mean, you can see the look on Aaron's face. He does not want Negan there. And yeah, I think he saves him, and that's that. I mean, it's pretty obvious they're going to go a completely different route with Negan in the show. They have to. I mean, in the comic, he kind of went away. We didn't see him. They can have Jeffrey Dean Morgan do that on the show. It would kind of suck, wouldn't it? We want to see him. So I think it's going to be a long-term redemption for him. I'm all for it. To start with, we have Aaron. And there we go. From there on, it'll be other characters, I guess. This trailer does try and fool you as well. When Daryl's talking to Negan, Negan's in the cell, cuts to a shot of Daryl punching someone. And yeah, it's like they tried to make it feel like that's Negan. He's beating Negan up, but nah. That is definitely not Negan. And I also don't think it's a whisperer, because they already captured Lydia last season. Be a kind of a repeat thing, wouldn't it? I mean, what's that going to achieve? So I think it's to do with the Silence the Whisperer stuff, which seems to be a bit different than the comic. In the comic, like, the way it was in the comic was a bit different. Now there's like all this spray painting stuff, and I'm guessing Daryl just catches one of them and, yeah, decides to beat their ass. Now, there is something really cool I caught in the trailer as well when I was watching, and this is like after many times of watching it, because I do that. I watch the trailer so many times, and I know you guys do too. But it's when Negan, you have that speech with Negan over it, right? And he says, if you don't protect what belongs to you, eventually it'll belong to someone else. And then it shows Aaron and Gracie, and I think, oh, that was such a good touch. Because that happened to Gracie, right? Her dad couldn't protect her father, for all we know. And yeah, Rick took her, and now she's Aaron's. So I think that was a really cool touch there. You could pinpoint that to many different things, I suppose, in The Walking Dead, if you really think about it. But the way it showed Aaron talking to Gracie while Negan was saying that, yeah, I love that. There's a part in the trailer of Carol where she sees Henry. That looks creepy as hell. think this may be after all of the stuff with Daryl, because they talk about going away, and I spoke a bit about Carol in my last video. But the fact that we see her a bit down and stuff, like crying and all of that in these dark scenes, but then we have these really light-hearted moments with Daryl. I feel like that Daryl stuff's to start with, and then I feel like when she meets Alpha, that will change. You know, that's when she will start seeing this shit, and she'll go into beast mode, and fingers crossed, that's when she takes Alpha out. We see Sadiq in the trailer as well, who looks like he's going through some shit. I mean, who wouldn't? Close friends got beheaded right in front of him. So yeah, I'm glad the show isn't going down this, you know, this road where he gets over it. Like, a couple months gone by, it's alright. You know, I can forget about that. I'm glad they're gonna actually show how it affected him. And now on to Oceanside. I'm glad it's being used this season, because out of all of the communities in The Walking Dead, Oceanside is the least interesting. You hardly ever see it, and you sometimes forget it's there. Honestly, you forget it's there. So I'm all for it being used this season. Will that be where Virgil comes in? I mean, I know it's Oceanside's all women, but they could have found some people along the way, and things could have changed, and they've got a few men there now. We'll have to wait and see for that. But we also have Judith, who finds a Whisper mask. Looks to be all sandy. So, have the Whispers had a run-in with Oceanside? Right, now this part of the video might look a bit different compared to the rest, but I was editing and I missed something in this video. A little something about this new character, Virgil. Now, there are a lot of theories about this character, but one caught my eye. And I suppose it caught a lot of others' eyes as well. And it's the fact that this character right here, this character may be Dwayne Jones. Yeah, you heard right. This man may be Dwayne Jones. You know, Morgan's son. Fuck me, he's changed. You know, I'm actually sitting here trying to think about this, and there's been wild theories out there in terms of The Walking Dead. Like, there's been some where you're like, what the shit is this? But this has to top them all, right? Like, this tops them all. Actually, no, I'm not sure about that, because there were those ones about Beth back in the day, and I think there still is ones about Beth now, right? Yeah, all of that stuff, sending spoons and all that. Remember that? Bring her back. Fuck me, what were people on? No, but seriously, I do look at some theories and I think, okay, even that's a bit of a stretch. It could possibly happen. I mean, it's far-fetched, but that could happen. But this way, I just can't see how someone can think this guy right here is Dwayne Jones. But who knows, you know, I could be wrong. This right here could be Dwayne Jones. He could just have a lot of stress right now, and he's just trying to find his father. I mean, after all he's been through, I mean, you're going to age, right? Going to get a bit of grey and stuff. Happens to all of us. A lot of stress. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, that is. Believe it or not, that's out there. There seems to be this thing, isn't there, like even with other shows, where if a character like disappears or they're said to be dead off screen, they're like the most remembered characters ever. I mean, look at good old Morales. There was a theory once about him being Negan, just because he used a bat in season 1. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it was stopped right there. There's also this really cool part of the trailer as well, where we've got shields, like Aaron's there, and we do see Michonne in the background, but I don't know if this is training for what's to come. I mean, you're going to have to approach walkers differently now, right? You don't know what's whisperers and what's walkers, so you're going to have to be protected. So I think that's what that is there. We have Ezekiel and Jerry letting all these walkers out of this ship, which looks pretty damn cool. I can't wait to see that. And now I want to speak about who's on the radio. This is something that everyone, I suppose, is talking about right now, right? I mean, at first I was thinking Commonwealth. I really was. And early on I was thinking, well, Maggie's there. Georgie knows where Hilltop is. I ain't sure about this anymore. It is possible it could be Commonwealth and they end up saving our group in the Whisperer War. That's possible, right? It could be like the season 7 finale where Maggie rolls through and the kingdom runs through and stuff. Like, could be one of those epic moments. But I'm not sure. I think the show's going to add more to that. I mean, to me, it can only be out of 3 options. Commonwealth, our group over in Fear the Walking Dead, or wherever the hell Rick is. So going over number 1, which is the Commonwealth, like I mentioned, could be them. Maybe they don't even know it at first, and then they find out there's trouble. Maggie and this army comes back and saves them at the right time and stuff. I don't know, I think there needs to be more than that though. So that's just something off the top of my head. There's probably you guys out there who got these crazy theories, but yeah, maybe they are on. Maybe they are on. Maybe that is Commonwealth, and they contact someone else on the radio as well, and that's a twist. That'd be cool. Our group over in Fear the Walking Dead, could it be them? There's a big time jump, right, between the two shows. I'm not sure about that. I feel like it's too soon. It seems like Fear the Walking Dead, and I know they're playing around with radios right now in that show. I feel like there needs to be more building with that show and stuff before there's any more crossovers. We've just got Dwight there, so I'm thinking there's got to be a bit more before that. Could be wrong, right? I could be wrong, but yeah, I feel like it's too soon. And now the third and final option, it could be wherever the hell Rick is. Now, I was thinking about this earlier on, and the more I think about it, the more I do believe it is where Rick is. Because it would give the group closure, right? A lot of people think he's dead, which doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't sit right. It still feels weird that a lot of them think that he's dead, even though I know there's a huge time jump, but it's just weird. It would give Michonne a motivation to go out and find him. If she finds out he's over the radio and he's there, he's at this other community, it would give her that motivation to go out and find him, right? And I don't see why Michonne would go out there and try and find him after all this time for no reason. Like, she would just be like, alright, I'm gone. It feels like she needs to have some sort of signal, some sort of, I don't know, there needs to be something there for her to go do that. Otherwise it would be stupid. I mean, that kind of goes into what I said earlier on as well, where with this character called Virgil, who looks a lot like Pete from the Walking Dead game and comic, right? And he's apparently looking for his family or something. And yeah, I mean, his family could be there, right? They could have been taken away by a helicopter or whatever. They could be at this place where Rick is. So what if he goes with her, just like the comic and the game? I don't know. I mean, like I said, introducing the character and then he leaves the same season's a bit iffy, right? But makes sense to me. I was thinking about Judith as well. I mean, Judith would probably want to go with Michonne if her father's alive. And I know I'm going to get comments now saying Shane's the dad. You know what I mean, right? I mean, I have a feeling that wouldn't Judith want to go with her? Will Michonne take RJ, but then Judith will stay behind? I don't know how that's going to go. That's tricky. Now, I've got to mention, we also see Beta in the trailer. Once again, trying to fit in. I just can't help it. I mean, look at the size of the guy. Look at what he's wearing. Look at him against all the other walkers. Other whisperers. The other whisperers, alright, they look like walkers. You kind of can't tell. Our guy Beta here, he's savage. He don't care. He's like, alright, I'm going to disguise myself, but I'm going to do it in style. He ain't fooling anyone. You got to give him props for that. I mean, listen, if I was in some community, I saw walkers coming along, you know, there's whisperers in there, but you don't know it. If I saw this guy here among them, there'll be questions, man. My attention I'll be like, wait a second, that big ass walker down there looks cool as shit. Like, I'll be asking all these questions, analysing and everything. Nah, there's no way. This walker down here is wearing a trench coat, red scarf. There's something about him. This one here got style. It's funny because in the comic, I didn't really think about that. I didn't think about Beta within in the Whisperers, like standing out and stuff. I suppose it's because it's like not coloured, so you kind of goes past you. But in the show, he just looks too cool to ignore. I mean, he is the worst disguise I've ever seen. But hear me out. He is the coolest. He is the coolest Whisperer. And listen, it's Ryan Hurst. You gotta love him. So yeah, that's what I really wanted to discuss for now. There will be more videos, and that's a bit slow right now, but there's stuff I gotta edit. Horror games and stuff, especially really cool ones. That yeah, I look forward to getting up. And of course, more Walking Dead stuff will be coming when there's more news and whatever. Getting closer to October. Well, I'll give my thoughts on that. So yeah, that's about it. I know there's all this news right now about Christian Servatos playing Selena Quintanilla, and will Rosita die because of that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is scary, right? I mean, it's possible Rosita could be a goner this season, but I'm going to probably leave that to my death predictions for season 10. I don't think I've done death predictions for a while. For a long time, actually, on the channel. But yeah, put your comments down below. Let me know what you think about what I've been talking about, especially the radio stuff. Sometimes I read some of your comments and I'm like, wow, okay, how didn't I think of that? How did I miss that? I mean, should I even be doing this? But, you know, there we go. We'll talk back down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave it a like, share it around, and as always, cheers for watching.